Good evening, Gooners. Welcome to this evening's edition of the Afterthought Show, and we're going to be reviewing the massive 2-0 Champions League win over PSG last night. Crucial game for us, and look, we're going to try and break it all down. The goals, standout performances, and what it means really for the rest of our Champions League campaign. At the minute, I am joined by the one and only the enforcer, Des. How are you doing, Des?
I'm good, mate. Good evening to you. Evening, Gooners. What a result last night. I'm looking forward to this, Paul. Let's rip it up.
Yeah, it's all good. We might have a few more coming on shortly. Just got to make sure they pass the fitness tests. Yeah,
they're on the bench.
Yeah, we got to get ready. It's going to be action packed, and I think there's going to be a good bit of discussion on that side. But look, it was a standout performance, I think, at the Emirates, and one that I would say has been long overdue. Certainly, with the magnitude of the level of the competition, obviously being one of the Pot A teams that we're facing. Yeah, really nice to see a performance fitting of that stature. And obviously goals from Kai Havertz and Bukayo Saka got the win. PSG pushed hard, hit the woodwork twice, but it was solid. But as I say, tonight we're going to talk about all those key moments and then what it does mean for us. And then, yeah, hopefully look ahead to the rest of the campaign. So Des, just going into the game, obviously the lineup itself. What did you think when obviously that was announced last night?
First thought was he's going as strong as he possibly can, really, with what he's got. Personally, Partey, I know it's PSG, but there's method in my madness for what I'm going to say here, right? Partey, I would have tried Wanyeri instead of Partey, just for last night, because, right, the kid is totally proving himself, and I think he's ready. I don't know what you think, mate, but I think he's ready. And I just think he would have, I don't know, Partey's like, he's like that, you know, when you're going on a date and you turn up and it's not what you expect. He's a bit like that, you know what I mean? He's a bit like that at the moment. You don't know what Partey's going to turn up on the pitch, you know. And I just think Carrie who plays in defence, get it like this. I think Ethan would have been something different. He's still, he's got some skill, the boy. I know I'm going back to the game at the weekend, but he did a 360 turn in their box and nearly scored. You know what I mean? And the boy, he's got skills. I would have given him a go out, even if it was just for a half, you know? But other than that, yeah. I mean, Odegaard, I never thought I'd say this, and I hope it comes across in the way that people understand. We're not missing Odegaard. That doesn't mean I want to get rid of Odegaard in the next window or the next summer window. What it means is I thought we would miss the creativity, yeah?
Yeah.
And we don't seem to be. And that's credit to the midfield. That is definitely a credit to the midfield. Trossard has surprised me in that position.
Yeah.
I must admit, I thought he plays better out on the left. But he's surprising me in that position, and he's doing it really well. And he's been given the chance, and he's running with it. You know, but to go back to your original question about the lineup, he's definitely in that lineup. He's gone as strong as he possibly can with what he's got at his disposal.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the bench, and obviously there's seven youngsters filling up the bench. And it was kind of like one of those kind of like picks from like yesteryear where we've kind of been like looking over the last couple of seasons where we don't look like we've got the real strength. Certainly experience-wise, obviously there's kids in there that are of good quality, just obviously not experienced. And yeah, you say about Wanyeri, obviously it's a massive game to come into on that side, and it's a baptism of fire, certainly on that and on this scale, certainly as this fixture. We often struggle, don't we, with the better teams, or we certainly don't give the performance that we probably need to. Not often enough, but I looked at it and I suddenly thought, yeah, no, it is good. It's what it is. As we've got obviously the injuries, Ben White I think is gonna find it quite hard to get back in this thing. If I'm being honest, I look at Timber and I hope that obviously the precautionary taking off wasn't anything.
Well, Arteta said, mate, because he's been out a year, his preference afterwards, because he's been out a year, he's being careful with him at the moment. I think that's it's a sensible thing to do. A very sensible thing to do.
Yeah, look, we gave Kyrgios some minutes as well, which was good. Even if it was a case of just managing his minutes,
he played well as well. I mean,
I look at you. It was interesting you said about Partey, and I said that to a mate I was standing with, he was immense. You
saw something. See, you're at the game. You
really?
saw something different.
Oh, I'll tell you what. No, he was picking up balls. He was winning balls.
Okay.
He was
fair.
looking better and sharper. And even when he was running with the football, he looked a bit more at ease with himself, because there were times like earlier in the season, or certainly when he first started coming back, there was no real kind of coordination. It was a little bit rusty, but all of this looked quite good, and he was very good with the ball, and then without the football, it was winning tackles, getting the ball back. So I thought it was probably one of his most impressive games he's had.
I will be fair. I'll be fair to him, right? Because it sounds like I'm trashing him, okay? But I will be fair. What I did notice, he was in front of the back four and he was doing his thing. I will say this. I will be fair. Him and Declan Rice work well together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will admit he was doing a lot of mopping up last night, but he's for me, and it really annoys me because I know there's a player there, Paul. He's inconsistent.
I think honestly the injuries have totally knocked him, haven't they? And you look at it like that.
Contract though, mate? Is he playing for a new contract? Because have you noticed he's not getting injured when he needs a new contract? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that potentially is on the horizon. My guess is that he probably will go at the end of his contract. I don't think he will sign another one.
I think he will. But
you want him to
take him? Who's going to take him? Going on his record.
No, I think there'll be plenty of suitors. I think, and what you'll probably find a team within one of those kind of less intense games. You know what I mean? Just again, could potentially go back to Spain. He could potentially go to Italy. He could, or it might be Saudi. Saudi still come in, and then they're still going to be sniffing around with money.
He might end up at Southampton. Do you know what I mean?
Look, the more football he plays, and I'll tell you what, try and cast your minds back to when was the last time he's played this many games in succession. I was gonna have a look and just suddenly see beforehand about the minutes he's played this season compared to the last, say, 3-4, and you'd be, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, because look, if he carries on, the more and more he plays, obviously the better he is going to become. And look, that Trossard dynamic.
Oh mate, what a run and ball! What a run and ball he did last night. Martinelli likes him there. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
And Martinelli, since Calafiori's been on that side, getting better service, I think. What do you think so?
again, I think it's the reassurance and having more of a constant left back. So
I have got one slight gripe with Martinelli, and maybe you can clear this up for me, right? This is just an opinion, right? This is an opinion, guys. So don't, I love the boy, but I've noticed lately he runs with his head down. Yeah, and he gets to a point where he could have crossed the ball sooner, and he just, for me, and it really annoys me, right? And I don't want to be annoyed at the boy because the boy is talented, he's got skill, but he just does that extra knock, and then the cross isn't there. The cross isn't there anymore, you know. And then he's got to try and get round the defender to get the cross. Do you know what I mean? Paul?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I know he's got to run forward, but he always seems to run with his head down, mate. Always down. And I don't know if that's a new thing with him or how he's always been. I've noticed they don't let him take the corners anymore. Declan's on that side now, isn't he? It like Saka, he likes that in-swinger corner, doesn't he?
Yeah. Look, you have to come up with differences, and you'll only see by actually playing and taking the corners to make changes. But look, I thought I'm just going to bring in Daniel here because he's just passed his fitness test. He's coming into the room, and
Daniel.
No, Daniel.
Oh no, he's gone again.
He's gone. Nice. I think he left his shin pads in the.
Yeah.
No, he's gone back. He's gone back in. We've got to play on.
He needs to finish his fruit segment.
Yeah. No, I thought Martinelli also had a very good game.
Oh no, he had a good game.
Yeah.
I've just with him lately.
Yeah, I said I think it's just how's it going, Daniel?
No, he's frozen.
No, frozen.
Try again, Daniel. Try again.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad result.
No.
I'm speechless, to be honest.
The Nathan thing. The reason why I'm saying I would have given him a go was, even if he'd put him on in the second half, is because, right, PSG, I thought PSG were going to give us a harder game. The only good player at PSG last night was is it Hakimi?
Yeah, Hakimi's. Yeah, look, they have got they've got some good talent in there. Yeah, all right, they were missing Dembele and a couple of others, but let's not kid ourselves. They've still spent is it 140 or 150 million on another 4 players on top of what they already have. So they're no mugs. Look, they've been in the semi-finals. 3 years on the trot. I think it's around and roundabouts. And look, we're coming up against a team where they're at a different level to what we've been. We need to get to that level and go past them.
Well, we needed last night.
We showed it.
We needed last night, but then the next thing we need to do to prove to ourselves as a team and as fans, we need to do it away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, look, I just said we need to manage the game. Yeah. And obviously at those times where we were still trying to do little flicks to try and get around. Some of the link-up play we played in that game was unreal.
Yeah, totally.
The flicks, but then when you're say like 2-0 up and the PSG have got a little bit more of a ground into the game, they're kind of biting into a bit more, and they're kind of getting a hold of the ball. Obviously, they had the lion's share of possession as well in the game. In those moments, I'd like us to be a bit more calmer, relaxed, and just take the sting out of it. And we did it at times, but there were times where suddenly we made it hard for ourselves, and we kind of just allowed it to just go a little bit ragged. That means that we were giving the ball away. And that's what I'm saying. So rather than keeping it, protecting it, or just not playing a danger pass, let's just build it, go again. Yeah, let's not try and play forward as quickly as possible. Let's try and play into an area and then play around and get players in and around. But yeah, just like I said, brilliant to see us competing in a game of this magnitude. I'm going to try Daniel again, see if he's with us.
Sorry, guys, the connection seems to be very, very poor right now.
No worries. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you guys okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm late for the show.
It's fine. It's fine. We've just gone through the lineup with Des. Did you think that was as expected?
Sorry,
No,
the lineup.
Did you expect the lineup to be what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Des wanted Wanyeri in there. I was happy with. What did you think?
It's like the line is breaking. I can barely. Let me try to reconnect again and see if I can get a good connection.
Or just join the chat, Daniel. Maybe I think you might be struggling.
Yeah, we're back shortly. Let me. Try
all right. Okay, Gremlins,
they're horrible little things.
Yeah. So yeah, look, I'm just going to just go into the chat. Look, we got a few people here. Yeah, obviously Mark in the house. Yeah, we're unreal. The quad is on. Yeah, let's just go game by game at the minute, and then we can maybe look. Brio, we can't be bullied by teams, refs, rivals. Look, Des, I think our performances have showed that we're not going to get bullied anymore, are we?
No, not at all.
Not by anyone. I'm looking at it all now. I'm looking at Havertz. He's bumping into people. I'll tell you what, we've got people bumping in everywhere. And
Havertz is tougher than you think, isn't he?
It's look, I could spend so much time talking about what he does and the amount of work he goes through, and most of it's unnoticed as well. Because again, watching it on telly is totally different to being. Yeah, you know what I mean, at the games where you can see everything. You can see everything, what his runs are and what he does. But the link up and everything. Look,
he's a good holder up. He holds the ball up well as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's a big shout. But if it carries on as it is, he could be player of the season.
Yeah, and I'll still say he's going to get 20 goals in all comps.
Yeah,
I said that. I said that right at the beginning, Paul, if you remember.
Yeah. No, I said, I thought he could get 15, 20.
Mm-hmm. And he's gone up in my estimation a lot from when we signed him. Because I must admit, I was one of those like, why? You know what I mean? But now he's proved himself. He deserves all the plaudits. He deserves all the praise. And he's an Arsenal player, pure and simple.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look. He's come a long way, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He has come a long way from being discarded to what he is now. And look, even Brio just earlier on said, look, there's more balance, I would say, across the whole team, both wings. But again, there are the moments where we're not 100% clinical. We're not as ruthless as, say, a Man City. There are times, but that's where I think we need to be a bit more ruthless.
Well, Paul, you were at the game last night, but can I tell you something that I noticed on the TV?
Yeah.
I noticed when we were pressing for about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? But the way we defend, you're conserving your energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why we're able to press and defend in the way we do, because, as I say, when we press hard, yeah? But when we defend, I've noticed it's all about conserving energy. You still, don't get me wrong, you still get the job done, but you're conserving energy all the time.
I think you just look at the man-for-man pressing, and that's where you look at it, say, in the on the left and the right back positions of PSG, and you just saw the way we'd have one player going into the wide player. You'd have someone then on Bukayo.
Yeah.
It's Bukayo.
He was on Timber's side, wasn't he? He was
Yeah.
on the right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have one straight on there, and then you're suddenly looking at the inside positions, and you're suddenly thinking, well, there's pressure on those two, and then you're suddenly then looking, okay, the options are not there, so they've got to play a little bit longer.
It frustrates the hell out of the opposition.
As soon as they play longer, you've got one Saliba will go in, and then bomb all of a sudden, it's then like either bringing Gabriel the wall at back, and
at times we've got a back six.
Oh, mate, it's so pleasing to see it, and
what I love is we can actually invert on both sides now, because Timber will invert, Calafiori will invert, but they always get back. And if they don't get back, you've got Declan, and here's where I play Partey some credit. You've got Declan and Partey covering.
Yeah,
so
that's like all over.
Yeah,
like all over there, and it is testament to what Arteta's done. And obviously a lot of flack with regards to recruitment and everything like that. Have we left ourselves short this season? Yeah, he's made some bold moves. Obviously, we look at now the exposure maybe the youngsters now have got in this squad now with the injuries that we've got. But we haven't got that drop off. Yeah, we've lost an Odegaard, but we've still got players to come in that will still do the job. That means we are closer. We have progressed better than last season. The season before, obviously.
Kivior was proof last night, because obviously he had to come on for Timber. Right, there was a bit of a shuffle around at the back, because didn't Kivior play more on the left, and then Calafiori went over to the right? Yeah, am I right?
Yeah, they swapped. Yeah. They swapped.
But that's what I'm trying to say. We make a sub because we have to, or because we're being cautious, and like you just said, I'm backing you up. Basically, levels don't drop.
Yeah,
and that's we know the years when we had them in Socrates, and we could spiel them off. You know what I mean? And it was nothing like that, was it?
No.
I love the way. I've got to be honest, hand on heart, right? Other side. I love the way. Right, Arsenal are playing at the moment. It was so smooth. I put a comment on because I had, I was going to be on Sunday night, but I had to go into work.
Yeah.
I put a comment on saying, because I watched it when I got home about 3:00 in the morning. Good watch,
right.
By the way. If you haven't watched it, guys, get it watched. We were 75% possession.
Yeah.
At the weekend, right, in the first half, right, and I just love, genuinely, it's exciting football. And that's what you want. And that's how Arsenal have in the good years, that's how Arsenal were. It was exciting football.
Yeah, it depends who you speak to. I'll tell you, we are known as boring Arsenal. And
I think that moniker's gone a long time ago, mate.
No, it has, but look, Dark Arts FC. Look, boring. We go down, whatever. We do this, we do that. We'll never.
Bro, let them say it, because it's the old saying. It's the old saying, isn't it? If you're doing it to me, you're leaving someone else alone. And the thing is, in all honesty, they all say, "Oh, these gooners are this, they that," but we back it up.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Yeah, we back it up, and not only do we back it up as fans, the team is now backing it up. Simple as.
100%. Just wanted to dive into that first half then.
Right on, mate.
Obviously, that's where the damage was done.
Yeah.
We came out like with proper intent. We were right on it straight away. I thought they were pressing quite high as well, very early on, and I thought we had to come to terms when we were trying to play out from the back. I think there was one nervy moment when I think we just didn't make our runs into space early enough to kind of get the ball from Raya. And I think he pointed it out after it happened. I think that was after Martinelli got clattered.
The first attempt.
But yeah, he managed to toe poke it through the pressure, and then it was another time that might have been kind of intercepted or potentially wayward. But yeah, we got through it. So we found it hard, but then we done it on the other side. But Saka was straight away on the defence, and look, the early chance he had just over the crossbar showed we were on that front foot.
That was classic Saka, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He tries one of them every game, doesn't he? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I know, in all honesty, that the first half was basically everything that we had hoped for before the game.
I've got to also say as well, though, Paul, Raya, ball distribution last night was on point.
Oh, yeah.
It was on point, mate. That one where Martinelli, the first one where he clattered into the big fella.
Yeah.
What a ball.
Yeah.
What an absolute ball, mate.
He's got a great set of distribution. The one which went straight out to Timber.
That one as well.
Was brilliant. But the flat balls that he pumps out with pace are really good. And the same with the throws as well. Really good. And as I say,
I mean, he underarmed one to someone last night, didn't he? And it just was like, flipping, you know.
Yeah, flies by. But yeah, the first 20 minutes, we got the breakthrough.
Mate.
Kai Havertz header. Superb cross by Trossard.
On his head, wasn't it? It was just pinpoint.
Yeah. Havertz, like I said, he's been growing in confidence, and that goal again is another step forward.
How brave was he? How brave was he, mate?
Yeah. And
their goalkeeper, right? He's a unit, isn't he? Let's be honest.
6'5". So it's like, look, and it's one of those where you suddenly think, you can, as a goalkeeper, you come out, you'll get the ball and you'll take the player. You'll have that. That was basically the ball, wasn't it? You know what I mean? You don't care how you do it. You're ended up cleaning out, and he'd done neither. What did you make of his performance, Havertz? Just in general, obviously the header was brilliant, but what were your thoughts on him?
Well, we've said a lot already, right? And I'll be absolutely honest with you. For me, he couldn't put a foot wrong last night.
Yeah.
He even got frustrated. Did you see that when he was trying to eat the ball? When he was trying to get and this was for a corner. This wasn't, this was just for a corner.
Yeah.
He plays now. He absolutely plays. He wants to win every game. Everybody in a red and white shirt last night, right, wanted to win that game last night. Wanted to win it. And when you want to win it, it gives you the will to win it. You know?
Yeah.
And I just love, for want of a better word, Kai Havertz is a ghost. Like you said, you don't see everything that he does, but he's there, right? And then but to me, that goal last night, it was Casper the Friendly Ghost that popped up and just went, "Bosh, have some of that, mate." Yeah. And you've got to say, Martinelli, the pass to Trossard to begin it was good.
Yeah.
Right? Then Trossard takes it past two, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he must have thought, "Oh, I'm the only one who can see it," because he's got them goggles. I'm the only one who can see Hazard, right? Havertz, sorry. And honestly, he couldn't have walked over with the ball in his hand and put it better. That's how good that assist was. It was absolutely on the money. And I've got to say, Kai Havertz, mate, you score some beautiful goals with your head. And you make it look simple. You make it look like you've been doing it since you came out the womb. You know?
Yeah, I think we said, haven't we, all the time? We just said it was all about confidence, wasn't it, with him? And you could see it straight away. He was going to get chances, and it was the times where he'd be snatching at it, where he wouldn't be putting all of it into it and not getting the connection. And you always felt if he had that confidence, it will sound. As you've been now seeing now, it's for what, five in a row now? 5 games in a row. Is that the record now?
Well, no, he's hasn't he got 2 to match Henry? Henry's still ahead of him, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out. There was one stat that came out said it was first. Well, there was he's beaten someone that was like back in like 50 years. I can't remember the name of the guy, but
I can't remember the name.
I
know he's only. I think it's 2 behind Henry.
Yeah.
So 3 more games and he could beat Thierry Henry, and that would be a feather in your cap, mate. Because I tell you what, Thierry Henry was outstanding. So
I think it was consecutive games that he scored in. I think that's what it was. So I'm not sure. I'll have to double check on that. Maybe the chat can help us out with the record. But yeah, I think the whole flexibility of the way we play, I think, is really good. A question from Mark actually for you, Des. Why do commentators say hit the woodwork? Goals are not made of wood anymore.
That's true.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that now, but also.
Not yet.
Okay.
Nah,
you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. We'll wait.
Let's go to Brio. We actually had quality players who understand and execute demands of Arteta, no matter the strategy. Look, I think this is why he's how he is, isn't he, Arteta? He takes no nonsense. He wants players.
You talk about taking no nonsense. What about Calafiori, mate? Jesus, man. You can get in Calafiori's face. He don't care.
Yeah.
He don't give a monkey's, mate.
No, he doesn't. Again, that's across the whole pitch. I think
dark arts, mate. The dark
arts. Characters just like that, and like I said, he's assembling a set of players that will go through walls to get the end result. And a lot's obviously made of what Arteta's actually done in the 4 and a bit years. And you look at it, it's hard to complain really. What you're seeing now, and the level of buy-in, I would say, is more impressive.
I've got to say though, Paul, right? And you've said it. I've been with you now for quite a while, right, doing these shows, right? And I've got to say this, right? You've always said back Arteta.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's proving you right, mate. He's absolutely proving you right.
No, I don't want to be a supporter of a merry-go-round.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't want to be a circus. I don't want to have to keep on paying salaries to managers because they've had a change of heart. Look at Man United now. How many managers have they gone through and they're still nowhere near kind of saying they're still in transition. There's still this, there's still that. And you look at it now, you have to have, all right, okay, Emery, wrong person, wrong time. Like I said, some managers aren't suited to certain clubs.
No, that's right. And I've got to say, really, right, it just proves what happens, right, when you give a good manager time.
Look, he had a lot to prove, and it's on the it's one of those where, you could say potentially COVID helped save him.
Potentially, yes, you can.
Bearing in mind, obviously, the initial seasons, he was obviously able to kind of coach on the sidelines and be a bit more heard. Maybe something along those lines. It was obviously grim at that point still, because it was obviously picking up the pieces, but testament to what he had to kind of move on.
He is Captain Black though from the Misterons, isn't he? Are you too young for that? You're too young.
Maybe 1 or 2 years.
You have to look it up, mate. You have to look it up. But he looks like what Arteta looks like now, mate.
You'll have to send me the link. I put a lovely little tweet out yesterday at half time, and then obviously dark arts FC Arteta in the dark arts, and it was like a nice little thing on Twitter.
We got serious Snape in the back room, haven't we?
Yeah. So consecutive home goals was the record.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that was it.
He's only one behind on me. I thought it was 2.
It's interesting.
He could beat that, He could beat it.
Yeah. We shall see.
Were you behind the goal when he scored, mate?
Yeah. No. Sorry,
were you the other end?
No, so we were over the other side.
Oh, what a shame! Because that would have been something to catch, wouldn't it?
You have those moments.
Yeah.
You go to a few games behind the goal, and you'll see all the goals going at one end for like a few games, and then all of a sudden they'll all be at your end. And another period of games. It's like frustrating because you want to see it at your end, but I don't care as long as they go in, and
That's it. It's
everyone
at the end of the day, isn't it?
limbs everywhere, and that's it. Don't matter where the goals are scored. There's some proper limbs flying around everywhere.
Was it me, or could PSG not play out from the back either?
Like I said, I just think we were so relentless.
I'm sitting there watching it, mate, and I'm going, PSG, who? They're meant to be like the kings of France, you know?
I think the issue was, all right, to get out, but what they needed to do was obviously to get around us. And this is what Stanley's saying. We're making it really hard to kind of get those first kind of passes. As soon as it hits into the midfield, then we're like literally bang straight on them. They wanted to get Hakimi, they wanted to get Bukayo on the ball, and we saw how dangerous he was when he did actually get forward. But unfortunately, for them, it wasn't near enough.
Well, beforehand, the commentators were saying as well that their midfield was as good as ours. No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Not in view, but like I said, they're no mugs. They're not mugs.
No.
They're going to get some good results, and they will be up in those top positions, I'm sure. But yeah, I think Dembele missing was a big miss for them as well.
It would have made much of a difference.
Look, he's a good player again, but as I say, the way I think we were dealing with all the threats, like I said, there was minimal times. What did they have? 2 shots on target.
Yeah.
The minimal times that they had proper grounding in the game. So yeah, look, a player that's running on and he's obviously able to just run, dribble with the ball and use skills. He's direct. You never know. Look, in all honesty, it would only have taken 1 goal, and then potentially all of a sudden the whole energy has gone into that proper nervous.
Well, yeah, it drops off, doesn't it?
So 2-0 was good, and it was in large parts comfortable. I thought there was no point in the game where I literally was, oh my god, I'm totally nervous. I saw it as it was, and it was the only times I was like suddenly saying, right, okay. I think it was just in that second half, the first like 10-15 minutes in that second half, and it was just like, we need to be calm.
I was worried it was going to be another Leicester, mate. I thought
take the stick out for another 5, 7, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Just keep the ball, use it. You're going to create chances by being calm and relaxed with the ball, and then we eventually then brought on the debutant, but we'll go into him. We'll go into him a little bit later. The free kick was an interesting one as well, wasn't it? And it come from a very interesting bit of play from Partey.
All right, okay.
Do you remember Partey with his? He used to always find the knack of playing the ball forward, progressive passing to someone up. And he found one of those little passes where the guy tried to get it, couldn't get nowhere near it, and then it went on a little bit further, and then Saka then got bundled over.
Yeah, he got laid on, didn't he, by the defender.
So talk to me about the free kick.
Well, before I say anything about the free kick, I've got to be honest with you. I thought the ref was very good last night.
Yeah.
And again, it's because it's Champions League. Champions League's refs are better than what we get in the Premiership. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Definite free kick. No way was I expecting it to go in like it did. Right? I was expecting back post, possible Gabriel or Havertz header, Bosch. Yeah. Set piece with set piece skill, dark arts, whatever you want to call it. Credit to Saka though. I've had them go against me when I've been in goal, and if someone gets in front of you or sticks their foot out, you think it's going a certain way because you think they're going to toe knock it, toe tap it in. Yeah. So the big old bloke that he was, right?
Yeah.
He saw Partey stick his foot out. He's reacted to instead of reacting to the ball, he's reacted to Partey's foot, and then before he's got a chance to get the ball, it's through him. And I must admit, at first glance, I thought Partey had tapped it, like, and he was running off as well as if he'd scored it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he was like, "Oh, actually, I didn't touch it." You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know if I've not seen the replay or the TV coverage of it. Was there anything made of the set piece coach?
Yeah, they said about him.
Did they show Raya going to to Arteta and him?
No, they didn't show that bit, but they showed him in the box. And what they did was, because the refs are big on that 10-yard paint thing, isn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. While that was getting all sorted, one of them said, "The set piece coach, he's trying to, I think he's trying to gesture to Saka what to do." Yeah. Right. And Saka just put the ball down. He did that little skippy thing that he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he put his hand up, and that's why I thought it was going to be back post Bosch. Yeah. And he just did that little skippy thing, and I thought he'd miskicked it. I genuinely thought he'd miskicked it. Because of the way it went down, because it wasn't an up and over, was it? It was like it went up for a second and then hit the floor, and then Bosch straight through. And I thought, bloody hell, he's miskicked it. And then next thing you know when you've blinked at the wrong time, and they go, "Oh, it's in." And I was like, how the bloody hell did that get in? Do you know what I mean? I've had to watch it several times afterwards, but it's worth a watch. But total, I mean, lucky goal, because he didn't play for that. But you take them, don't you?
No, you take it. And as I said, we were looking at the thing before, obviously, the free kick was going to be taken. And you look at it and you see Raya going over there. Obviously, he's given instructions. He runs off. He's gone straight over to, I don't know whether it must have been one of the defenders.
Was it Timber?
No, yeah, but what it was like Chinese whispers. It was. If you imagine him coming up there, he's then shouting out to someone else.
Yeah.
And then it's gone to someone else. You then see one of the other players go running off towards Trossard goes running off to the defenders, or Martinelli, I think it was.
Yeah.
Goes running off, starts telling them.
Oh, it was Martinelli, wasn't it? It was Martinelli.
Set up for the corner. We were treating it like for a corner. So by the time we got to all the other players and then to Saka, it would have started off with something completely different, though. It probably was go to the back post. Then he thought it was he got told it was the front post. So that was the time whisper side.
Yeah. So the confusion helped.
It caused them total carnage. Just set up, and look, when you've got all those players that are running at that angle going across.
It
is. But like I say, the curl on the ball. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest connection, but as I said, it's in that danger area. And if you put it in that danger area,
and as I said, exactly. If you watch it again, watch the PSG keeper.
Yeah,
he's focused on. He tries to do the recovery to try and get it, but he's like this by now, and that ball's already there. You know what I mean? So he's already focused on Partey's foot. So Partey was a massive distraction there, to be honest with you. I must admit, I thought Partey. I don't know about you. I thought Partey was going to be given offside.
I didn't see that.
Didn't they VAR check it anyway?
I don't remember being. I didn't. Well, look, the VAR is all in the stadium. It's all very weird anyway.
It's very hush hush, isn't it?
It gets it's done too late. We know about it like after it's already been done.
Oh, right.
The referee's already said that it's all fine, and then all of a sudden we get VAR check just pop up on the screens, and it's like just like.
I mean, as goals go, not the best he scored, but I'll tell you what I think Saka has added to his game this season. He knows how to draw a foul. He's learning how to draw a foul out of someone. You know. I will say this: occasionally he could do going down a bit quicker, but he's learned how to draw a foul out of a defender. No bother.
Yeah. I'd say like sometimes you just think, he's been down so much without anything coming of it. So I think he's hardened up quite a lot as well. I think on that side, and you know the treatment he has. But obviously 2-0 going into half time was massive. I think just for that, and I think that really shocked them. Really, I think PSG. We had to put them on the back foot, didn't we? Like before the break, didn't we? We've got to get that second goal because we knew that they probably weren't going to be as poor in the second half. But after the break, they did, didn't they? They come out with more intensity, more. And
that's why I was thinking. I hope it's not a carbon copy of the Leicester game at that point. You know what I mean?
And obviously, when you're looking at Timber going off as well, and we were coming down the concourse, and it was like, and then we suddenly see, he's come off, and it was like, one of the best standout performances of the game, I think, on that side.
Well,
look, I'm going to say it. They hit the woodwork twice.
Yeah, they did. They did.
And good saves from Raya.
Lin had the Chinese lad. Is he Chinese? The Chinese. Sorry, I'll be fair. The Asian lad in the middle had a good shot, didn't he? Yeah. And Raya double palmed it, didn't he? So
it was just proper. It was real. It was moving everywhere, wasn't it?
Yeah. Add some bend on it. It
was a really good, and he's done well to actually keep it out away from any kind of thing. But
I just want to say as well regarding Timber, I think I said it to you before we came on air.
Yeah.
The reason he was taken off was because it was precautionary, because he's been out for a year. He did feel a slight muscle thing, nothing major, and they were just being very, very cautious with him. So I think he'll be playing at Southampton. I don't think he'll be missing. So I just want to put, if people didn't know that in the chat, I just want to put their mind at rest. I think everything is okay with Timber. So
that's hopefully all. Well, if we have a
one criticism of Calafiori last night, right? And it's minuscule, but I'm going to bring it up because I do that.
Come.
He did lack a bit. He lacked a yard of pace against the fast lad. Begins with H.
Hakimi.
Hakimi, that's the one. Yeah.
I'm not sure too many can. I'm not sure too many can actually keep up.
And that's why I say it's minuscule. Yeah. But there was one where he absolutely stripped Calafiori. You know what I mean? So,
early on in the first half, I think he had one, and it was he come back and dealt with it really well. He come
yeah.
But like I said, it's one of those. What was more impressive is those one-on-one situations, and I noticed that with Timber as well. Just like I think, it was Bukayo, wasn't it? I think it got into the box and it looked quite dangerous.
Yeah,
and then he just kind of little poked a leg in and got boom, run away with
it. Bukayo was frustrated out of his boots last night, wasn't he?
Yeah. But look, the defence led by Saliba, Gabriel, absolute.
I don't care what anybody says. Get Man City fans in here. Get Tottenham. Get them all in here. Get the London KFC. They are the. I'll say it now. I'll put my neck on the block. They are the best two centre backs in the Premier League this season. End of period. And if you want to come and talk to me about it, I'll put my address in the WhatsApp group and we'll have a chat. All right. But I tell you now, the two best centre backs, I'm enforcing it, right?
Yeah.
In the league this season, without shadow of a doubt. Can I just say this, Paul? Right? All weekend, I've heard of me Tottenham mates. Van der Ven. He had one lucky run. Oh, he's as good, or he's better than Saliba. Shut up. Sit on your head and give your arse a chance because you're talking out of it. Honestly. You know, Oh, Mickey Van der Ven.
He's all right until he falls over. It's just brilliant.
You know, and I don't say a lot like this very often, but tell me a pair, anybody in the chat, if you disagree with me or you agree with me, that's cool. Tell me a pair of centre backs that beat these two. That beat the blooming Chieftain Tank and the blooming Rolls Royce. Because I tell you now, if I'll break it down just quick. If Saliba misses, Gabriel gets it. If Gabriel misses, Saliba gets it. What more could you want? It's defending 101.
They complement each other so well.
Yeah.
Like I said, one goes up and engages with the header or winning the header. Either they'll go forward, and then you've then got potentially a Partey, or you've got a
ran over, by the way, ran over.
Or it just goes back, or he just kind of goes over the ball and allows it to run with the deeper defender.
Yeah.
And you look at it like that, he then goes back to Raya, and then you build again. You come out wide, and straight away you're in control again. And that it's just all round assurance. What I really like. And look, we've been crying out for something like that for about 20. Well, I'll give the Invincibles their dues at that point. Look, it's about 16 years.
Talking of the Invincibles, Paul, right? Genuine now, right?
Mm.
They showed Robert Pires in the stands, right?
Yeah.
He didn't. Genuinely, that man does not look like his age today.
Yeah.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
I'd still take a 27-year-old Pires now, though, in this squad. That'd be
definite. Yeah, I was definite. Yeah.
Imagine that. Just
of the recent teams after the Invincibles, right? And I know Pires was one of the Invincibles, right?
Mm.
For me, there's only two players that get in, and this is me being absolutely 100% clear: Santi Cazorla and Sanchez. Right? Well, saying the last 10 years, okay? Because Van Persie would get in as well, but he's past 10 years since he left, right?
Yeah.
Out of the recent teams, the only two players that would get in for me is Santi Cazorla and Sanchez. I'd still have Santi Cazorla today, mate. Genuinely.
It'd be interesting to see what role he'd be given, wouldn't it? Because like towards the end, he started playing that deeper role, didn't he? And it was
he did.
And you look at it and you just think someone who could just pick up the ball, go one way, go the other way, play with both feet. All of a sudden, you just think of those forward passes, and you're suddenly just thinking, "Blimey!" Just a range of passing, just like no one else.
It'd be interesting to see what the chat think. Who would make it in the team today? So let's get that going in the chat, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think.
Yeah.
Where are we up to? Are we up to the Martinelli?
We were just in the second half, weren't we?
Oh, okay, cool. Are we up to the Martinelli thing yet?
Go on, I'll let you go about the Martinelli. Go on,
mate. Tell you now, what build-up, mate? I was like, you know, when you just feel something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it just didn't come off. Such a bloody shame, because I tell you now, right?
Yeah.
That pass, even from out the back, when Saka got the ball, and then King Kai did his little bit, and it just shows King Kai ain't greedy, because he could have turned and slapped that. He could have turned that and slapped it, yeah. But if Martinelli had just put it a yard either side of the stupid big lump, right? What a goal that would have been! What an absolute peach of a goal!
Yeah. We've got Daniel back again. You all right? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Finally, I think the network is a bit stable now. Can you guys hear me?
You need to turn your volume up on your Google or your Firefox, whichever one you're on, mate.
Can you hear me?
You're very quiet. You're very quiet.
It's not coming up.
That's better. Say something again.
Is the volume coming up now?
Yeah, that's better. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Crack on.
Sorry, guys. I think I'm a little bit. I'm a bit back from your discussion, and I've been trying to connect. And apologies to the viewers. I hope next time will be like this. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the we've got up to the Martinelli chance towards the end of the game. And
Yeah,
obviously the flicks were, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a good flick, and that would have been the goal of the Champions League if that goal had actually materialized a little bit to the side. I think that would have been a goal. But I think because it was on his left foot, probably that's the reason why he couldn't get the goal away. And Donnarumma really did well to really stop. But most times, when the keeper save balls like that, it tends to fall into an opponent's path for a rebound. But he actually caught the ball really, really well. Kudos to Donnarumma, and it was a lovely bit of play by Kai Havertz. And like you said, that Kai Havertz wasn't selfish there because I think if it was Gabriel Jesus, he would have struck the ball. I'm very, very sure of that. But Kai Havertz was really a team player, and he really did well to flip the ball to Gabriel Martinelli. And I can see Gabriel Martinelli come back to his form. And I've been saying this for a very long time. We shouldn't write players off so easy. And his form in the last 2 or 3 games have really been impressive. And it shows how confident a player can be. And Martinelli 3 months ago wouldn't have tried that ball on his left foot. Probably would have pushed on the ball and tried to bring it to his right foot. And I think he's getting back to himself. He's getting back to his full fitness. And it was a good game. It was a good game.
Right, your party going over there, Daniel.
No, there's a. I'm actually at a restaurant because the light got off this evening. I think there's a little bit of connection here, so I went to a restaurant called Veggies and Grill. So there's a football match actually going down there. I'm upstairs, so I came just to be on the show.
So,
you know what?
So
I take my job. I take my job very serious.
So, what did you think of the Declan Rice run, Paul?
Declan Rice, what?
What did you think of the Declan Rice run when he went over into the corner? I thought.
Oh, when he got.
I think the officials were really, really poor because that was a corner kick, and even if it wasn't a corner kick, you should have given Declan Rice a corner kick for such a run from his own half to the other half of the game.
Daniel, it wasn't the corner kick. I saw the replay. It wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said, even if it looked a corner kick, but I'm just saying, even though it wasn't a corner kick, the referee should have compensated Declan Rice for such a lovely run from his own half to the other half.
It was a great run. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it was a great run, and I think in the first half, Declan Rice was a bit poor in the first half of the game. Throughout the ending of the game, he really showed his quality.
So, you said, Paul, before, you said Kai Havertz, people don't realise how much he does during the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, Paul, yeah? But have you noticed, you don't really notice how much Declan Rice does either? Do you?
You could see how much he'd done by the fact he was blowing out of his backside for until he got taken off. Like, or about 10 minutes before he got taken off. Or about
Right.
He was covering lots and lots, and you saw it. And you just looked at it, it was just like blimey, blowing. But the ground he covers, it's just relentless. So yeah. If he was the one that was coming back, if we were in any trouble, then he'd be the one that's there, like mopping up, and even just coming into those wide areas and just helping out the wide players, and it was brilliant. But yeah, he needed a bit of a rest. He didn't need.
What about Merino? What are your thoughts on that?
It was interesting. You know what I said to the guys in the stadium who I was sitting with, and when they said he was on the bench at the start, I basically said that if he gets 25 minutes between the next 2 games, so it would be obviously like last night and then another kind of like late kind of come on for a few more minutes, then we go into international break. He can still work with the team, full contact. Obviously, he's had some full contact. Obviously, otherwise he wouldn't have been on the bench. But he would be ready My worry about him playing 30 minutes yesterday, and then potentially going into the weekend, is that he's going to get picked for Spain.
Fair point. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Where I'd like to be a little bit more guarded and maybe just kind of give him. Yeah, we want to give him minutes to kind of get used to the system and play. But that kind of gives them a bit of ammunition to suddenly say, "Oh, he's fit. We could pick him." So I thought, again, it was more a player feeling out the system, and
he needed some minutes as well, though, didn't he?
I needs it, and I said again yesterday, again, I don't think he's going to be one that's going to come straight in and suddenly become numero uno.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be the one that's going to be the first one.
I mean,
Remember, he's got to step up his game.
Daniel might agree, right? But you've got, if you earn your place in this team now, you're keeping it. You know what I mean? You've got to earn. You've got to, every position that is earned now. You can't just walk straight back in. Even when Odegaard's ready to come back, I've got a feeling he's not going to walk straight back in.
That's one.
Odegaard is special.
And he is, I'm not.
And don't forget, Odegaard is our captain. So you have to understand the fact that Odegaard is our captain.
Odegaard's number one fan, mate. Odegaard's number one fan. I'm just saying, the team is playing that well that it's not a given that you are going to walk straight back in.
I just want to say something. Just going back a few years ago, do you think he says Fabregas was off injured and come back fit? Even if he was doing good, do you think Wenger would have still left Fabregas on the bench, knowing fully what anything is doing good? He's going to bench his captain. I don't think Mikel Arteta will do that. Trust Odegaard very much. And we can actually see the quality of. Okay, go on. That's what you want to say. Go on. I'm listening.
No, I was just going to say it was a different time. I'm not trying to make excuses. It was a different time, right? But, and you're not wrong, he could walk straight back in, but I think it seems to be that if you prove in a point, you can stay, you know? That's the way I feel he's with the team at the moment, yeah? So, does Odegaard walk straight back in? Or do you think, because he is so relevant, for want of a better word, is he going to treat Odegaard like he's treating Timber at the moment, where if something does happen to Timber, he's being cautious about it? You know, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say, Des, but you have to put into consideration Odegaard is not an injury-prone player, and I think this is the first time Odegaard has actually gone injured longer than in his career for Arsenal. So the fact that I think, even in my opinion, I think Odegaard is actually fit, and Mikel Arteta is trying to lead him into the team gradually, and so he shouldn't be called up for the Norway upcoming games. And I'm actually gutted that Mikel Merino played yesterday. I wouldn't want him to be part of the Spain national team. Same with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu now, because international is coming back again. Surprisingly, Tomiyasu is fit again.
I genuinely.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, go on, Des.
All I was going to say was this, right? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Okay? If it's an international friendly, a friendly international, the manager of the club that you play for should be able to say, sorry, you can't have it. Because to me, the Premier League is more important, right, than playing for my country. I know that, don't get me wrong, I know you can come back at me and say, well, the boys want to play for their country. I get that. But look at the stat. The example is Ben White. Look at the stand he's made.
Yeah.
You see where I'm coming from? So, end of the day, Arteta should have the right to say, excuse me, this is my team. I need him from the. I'm putting in a challenge for the Premier League. Sorry, Mr. Whoever's managing England at the time, Scotland. It could be something out of Hebrides, Tonga. You know what I mean? I don't care. All I'm saying is, at the moment, you can't have him.
Yeah, I've said for a long time, Des, probably might have remembered, I was saying that there should be something. If the player hasn't played 75% of the games in a certain period, up leading on to that next interlull break, they can't be selected.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
No,
agree with
no,
that wholeheartedly,
but that's
100%.
very.
This is why I say about Marino.
That has to go a two-way thing because if you say 75%, some player may not play because the manager is not picking them. So will you put that into consideration, or you're basing it based on injury? If you've not played because of injury for 75% of the game, or because you're not playing for the team, so you have to put into context.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the fear you've got as well, Daniel, right? The fear you've got as well, and I'm just going to add this into the mix a little bit, right? If they go off and play for international teams, right, which I know means a lot to them, if they get injured on international duty, it messes up our formula.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand what you're trying to say. But you also have to understand that every manager is fighting for his job, whether it be the club side or the country side. And most of these players they want to represent their country, but it means a lot to them. As an Arsenal fan, I would say Arsenal means a lot to me. Uh, but the players like Martin Odegaard, the captain of the Norway national team, so you want to represent his country, and the club have to really do everything within their possible best to make sure he doesn't go. And the best way to do that is for the medical team to declare him not fit, because I believe players like Martin Odegaard, if you even look at the last game, he was a bit injured in training, and still they played him in the game because the player proved himself fit and wants to play. Not every player will be like Benjamin White, who doesn't give a shit about the national team. So for me, I wouldn't be back. I wouldn't be sad if a player said, "I'm not going to play for this match because it's a friendly game." But some of them, because of their affiliation to their country and how attached they are to their country, they want to represent their country and put the country above whatever
yeah,
thing. Yeah, they're fighting for in the league. But sometimes the club
There's
manager needs
pros
to be
and cons.
selfish. Yeah, the club manager needs to be selfish and to be ruthless in telling the player and standing there for to tell them, no, you're not going for this match, you're not going for this, you're not going for that. Player like Thomas Partey, we want to see Thomas Partey back in Ghana because we're having a game against Sudan on the 11th of October. Every fan want to see Thomas Partey, but if you have to look at the injury record of Thomas Partey, if Arsenal would try to make a statement to maybe tell him you're going to play just one game, things like that. Arteta needs to really put that into consideration and try to do that more of the time because I think it gives this player too much leeway to make the decision that they are fit, they want to play for their country and putting their country above the club. Not forgetting that the club are the one that takes care of them whenever they are injured and pay their salary whenever they're injured. So that's the part Arteta needs to really learn and do, in my opinion.
yeah. I think there does need to be a bit more of a pushback. I think from Arteta, whether or not that's an experienced kind of thing, or whether or not that's more the club that maybe have to come out and really say, okay, we've got to be a bit more stronger with certainly players that are just coming back or whatever. Look at Saka. Why can't we say to England, just say, look, if we're playing a friendly or whatever, can we not just keep flogging him every single? You know what he can do for England.
Give him a cameo. Give him a cameo.
Yeah, well, that's it. Just have him on the bench for a little bit. Don't play him for 85, 90 minutes every single game. And it's just like, well, look, you know what you can do. Try one of your other players that you want to see what they can do for those tournaments. Otherwise, you go into a tournament and you know nothing about anyone else. And yeah, look, we know Saka can score goals. We know he can do what he does. But look, that's international football. Look, pleasing to see him back. I didn't think I was going to see Merino playing until after international break.
I thought it'd be after Christmas.
Look, any minutes now. Maybe Spain potentially also just for getting some game time, just in general in his legs is a positive as well. But there's always the cynic in me that always thinks, oh, you're going to do it. You're going to go over there and then come back injured.
The thing is, if we go back to the international bit for a second, right? We have a lot of players in our team that are international players. Kivior, Poland, right? Calafiori, Italy, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it's all good. All the big...
Timber, the Netherlands. I mean, Saliba, France. Gabriel's Brazil,
Oh, it goes all the way through into the championships now with regards to players. And you suddenly think, with the amount of games that they play and the players that go away.
Raya will be playing for Spain.
Yeah. I just want to take you onto these player performances to kind of finish up. And someone told me, and I can't for the life of me confirm if this is 100% accurate, but Bukayo Saka, he scored the free kick. Apparently, it was our first direct free kick goal, or direct from a set piece in the Champions League since 2002.
Apparently so, yeah. I'd heard that as well.
Yeah. So, Thierry Henry against Roma.
Yes,
And that's,
I'd heard that as well, mate. So
So that's
I know you're not making it up. I know you're not.
I like to fact check stuff before something starts doing, because there's so much that kind of come out. It's almost like the old no passes made for ones that kind of come out, and then all of a sudden you're like, what a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
But 22 years, and you think, you know what I mean, that's just to see a free kick.
Yeah,
crazy,
isn't it?
It's mad. I know, yeah. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
All day long.
I want to say a quick thing about Leandro Trossard, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Since the Leicester match at the weekend, and what he did last night, the goal for Havertz, to me, that's his apology for the red card. The stupid red card that he got. That to me is like I'm sorry guys, it won't happen again kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
look, you can tell by performances he puts a lot in and gives a lot for the team. And obviously him coming in has meant that loss of Odegaard hasn't been felt like it would have done in previous years. I still look at it and say, yeah, all right, okay, it was silly that he's kicked the ball away, but again, you have to look at it. It's not like he's carried on and then all of a sudden he's just literally just booted the ball. He's actually in motion to kind of move it. And yeah, all right, he might know that he's made the foul, but until the ref blows the whistle and then he's in the air and then kicking it.
We learned a very valuable lesson there, though, Paul, don't we?
Yeah.
Once the referee's whistle's blown, stand still. Boom.
Yeah, just don't do it. Yeah, just
don't move. Free.
Yeah, just free. Land on the floor and then go down injured because you probably hurt yourself.
Everybody free.
You know. But again, look, I go on to the consistency things as well, just with and like you alluded to, the referee was really, really good. He controlled the game. We had the respect of the players all game. There were no people taking the mick. And yeah, look, as I said, it is a lesson. It is a lesson to our referees almost to how to referee a game. You don't have to be the centerpiece. You don't have to be the one all about you. Just facilitate a game and watch a game of football.
Can you imagine? This might kick Daniel off, right? Could you imagine if Mike Oliver was referee last night?
He's probably refereeing tonight somewhere.
He probably is.
Yeah. But no, I say I look at it, and then even going back, even just off Arsenal, we were talking about the Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, that broke during the game. Before the game, and they rescinded the red card. And this is a decision that got sent to VAR, and VAR looked at it over 5 or 6 times and judged no error. For then someone to then turn around and basically say, "Oh yeah, that was an error." So you're looking at the consistency again And my number one phrase is consistently inconsistent.
So
And
are you telling me that couldn't? Right. So hold on, right. I'm going to use the words you just used. Sorry to cut in.
yeah,
I've got to say this. It was checked 5 or 6 times, right? You did say that, didn't you?
yeah.
Hey, this isn't knocking you, mate, because you're just giving the facts, right? Are you telling me they could have not have done that at the game?
Well, this is what I'm saying. What are VAR watching? Why are they not getting involved? If they've
They was eating their packed lunch.
This is the whole thing with this. They're shying on the whole kind of, we don't want to re-referee the games. We don't want the correct outcome. But they then use the whole thing, is it a clear and obvious error?
Yeah, by VAR.
And by the fact that they've rescinded the red card, that would indicate that that is a clear and obvious error.
So they could have done that. They could have done that for Declan Rice then.
Well, again, it's all inconsistently.
Inconsistent, yeah. Honestly, it's a joke. The referees are systematically making a joke of the FA, mate. They are.
Oh, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. But as I say, who's accountable for it though now? Who gets?
I keep saying, don't I? I've said it on quite a few of the shows. When are the referees going to become accountable for their actions?
Well, yeah, they won't. They'll have a game next week.
Nah,
they'll have a game at the weekend.
Mike Oliver will say, right, okay, let's just say hypothetically, right? He gets suspension. Right? Suspension. Okay? It's all right. The Saudis will just have him over there and let him earn 20,000 quid for a game.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be out of pocket at all, is he?
No, that was Kavanagh.
No, exactly.
I'll make Kavanagh.
Yeah, but what is Webb up to, mate? He's supposed to be controlling this.
Yeah, but he's useless as well. But that's what I'm saying. He's useless at his job anyway.
Come in at some point, mate.
It's like the one that I've heard that spoke the most sense most recently is Mark Clanberg, and that says something.
What did he say? I didn't know.
No, he's totally saying it was just like, yeah, he was basically agreeing. It was like saying it's just wrong. It just
tells you everything.
No, I don't know. You're a bad ref. You retire, and then you get a job to then be that, because it didn't even start with him. Who was the referee before him? He was also another rubbish referee that then become. Was it Mike Dean?
Yeah, Mike Dean. Mike Dean,
yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah. And look, it's like the blind leading the blind. So yeah,
it's crazy, bro. It's mate. Honestly, genuinely, I could do VAR better than they are. All right, and I'll tell you now, it's a good way of getting to see the game. But I tell you, referees, you should have an independent VAR, not a referee doing VAR.
That should be. Yeah, look, football people.
Yeah.
And look, you could have a group of 4 of you, or whatever, 4 people, and then like the majority kind of goes quickly. And if you've got like 2 views of an incident in real time, if you can't come up with it, it stays with the referee.
I mean, it tells you something when they can't even draw a line.
No. Yeah, and they still can't even get this blooming automated thing. They're talking about bringing the automated offsides through halfway through the season. It's like nonsense.
How come it worked in the World Cup, though? Because that was organised. That's why.
Yeah, it's nonsense. But yeah, look, finishing up from our perspective, obviously the result puts us in a decent position now. Obviously, go on to Shakhtar after the international break, and then Inter Milan away.
Are they the pot 2? Are they the pot 2 opponents? Are they?
No, Inter. I think Inter might be pot A, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be pot A.
I thought it was 1 and 2 because I thought Paris Saint-Germain and Atlanta were pot 1.
No, I'm not sure Atalanta would have been pot 1, would they?
I think they were, weren't they? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, maybe they were because they're the winners. Maybe they've gone straight into pot 1, but I thought that would have been a bit more on coefficients.
It does anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you've got next, so
we look at it, yeah. So we've got those two. So Inter Milan away, which will be a tough game in November. Look, it is a decent performance, but I don't think we really know. I think 4 wins. If we can win all 4 home games, that basically puts us in that top 10, don't it? And then it's only then what you then pick up after that to secure that top 8. I would say. But yeah, look, we've got some games that should be fairly decent, just for us. I think just going by results, what have happened previously. But I think as long as we apply ourselves, we'll be fine with that. But yeah, that game, yeah, brilliant for us.
Any of the away games, Paul? Just out of curiosity.
I'm going to try and see next week Inter Milan tickets come out. So I'm going to try and see if I can get my hands on those. And I'm going to be trying to go for the Carabao Cup game as well over in Preston. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
Man of the match from last night, who would you go for?
I'd have had Havertz.
Yeah, I was going to say Havertz. Yeah.
If Partey didn't go off after 60, he would have been one that would have been close up.
Can't agree with you, but yeah, fair enough. Can't agree with you.
I thought no. Again, even if you look at Timber,
King Kai was a man of the match for me.
Huh? King Kai.
That's what I heard. That King Kai was a man of the match.
Yeah. I said, look, Timber. If he'd have been on the pitch and played 90 minutes, like you could potentially have said, potentially he would have been.
Yeah,
he was solid.
I've got to say the whole back four was solid last night.
Oh yeah, look, it was a whole complete performance. But I think from the physicality side to getting up, winning headers, bringing the ball down, bringing on players, dropping deep. You know what I mean? It was just everywhere. And he come up with the goal as well. And you look at it and you just think, yeah, look, there was no one else that would really snatch it off him, really, for those contributions that he had. But yeah, 15 games unbeaten.
It's feeling a bit invincible, isn't it?
Yeah. 17 clean sheets in 32 matches this year.
Say it again. 17 clean sheets in
17 clean sheets in 32 matches this year.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So that again is another stat I've had. Is that correct? I'm going to check, but that's what I believe. I've had that thrown at me.
Okay.
I'm putting that one out there. 17 clean sheets in 30 matches this year.
Put it out there, Paul. Put it out.
Huh?
Put it out there, mate.
Yeah. So yeah, in theory, we are showing that consistency now, and you're looking at it right now where I think we've stepped up and we can really push on now. I
Is
think now.
Southampton at home at the weekend, or is it away?
Yep, Southampton at home. Yep, 3:00.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, we just look at that. Yeah, obviously Southampton at the weekend, and then, look, Shakhtar Donetsk, afterwards.
And then the international break, isn't it?
After the international break. So it's 3 weeks, today. I think we play Shakhtar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 22nd, I think it is. 21st, one of the two. It might be the Tuesday. But it's 3 weeks away anyway. What are your thoughts on Saturday? Do you think Arteta will make any changes, or?
No, he's comfortable, isn't he, at the moment? I think he'll just go strong while he can go strong, and he'll give players minutes against Southampton, I think. So Merino might get a few more minutes. Ethan might get some minutes against Southampton. Lewis Skelly did well when he came on, by the way.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that. Lewis Skelly did well. So, and he's played in the Champions League, so that's going to give him some confidence. But I think he'll go strong to begin with, but as the game goes on, I think we might see a few cameos, mate. But I will say this: one criticism. Arteta subs are still 10 minutes too late. Sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, I say sometimes.
Are you going to let me have that? Are you going to let me have that one here?
Well, yeah. Well, I'll let you have it. It's an opinion.
Cheers, mate.
It's an opinion.
I think you're leading about 8-2 at the moment.
Yeah, look. I think the subs were done fairly decent last night. I think obviously the one at half time was enforced. I think that Partey, when you suddenly look at on 60 minutes, potentially that might have gone on maybe last season to about 70.
That's what I mean. That's what
75. Maybe this time now they've learned a bit more.
Yeah, totally.
And I've said about in the other show, I said maybe there's more. Maybe there's more trust in it all. Maybe that's what it is, and he's got a bit more trust in the whole group, and he's now in that stage where he can start trusting players. And you look at the youngsters, the people coming in, there's no drop off now, and you're looking at.
It makes it easier when you've got players who want to play, mate.
Oh yeah, that's it. But it's it when you're looking at it, you're trying to rotate, and there is that drop off, and you're suddenly looking 2 years ago, and you're suddenly thinking. It's rubbish. It's just, you don't do it. And there's such fine margins as well. It's, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But now, I think, he sees that he has got quality in this kind of group where he can suddenly say, okay, I can bring on this player for 15 minutes. I'm not going to see too much of a problem. He's got that trust there. So that's my big take on it all, certainly this season, where you just think, it has changed. And I think that's the positive. I think it's just that I think he's trusting the whole group a bit more, the collective side of things. Whereas I don't think he only trusted the 12 or 13 that we had really. And that was that really. It was but I think it's going to be much the same. I think it's going to be a difficult game potentially on Saturday.
Well, they're one of our bogey teams, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But again, all I say is I look at Ramsdale coming back, and I suddenly think what the situation is with goalkeepers. They often come over to the Emirates and suddenly become Gordon Banks and well beaters.
You say that, mate. Well, look at the keeper at Leicester at the weekend.
Yeah.
Killer saves.
Awesome saves, yeah. As I said, we've seen those performances before, and I'm not saying that it is going to be an absolute struggle. It's down to how we approach it.
Well, let's hope that Rambo isn't concentrating.
Well, if we approach it right and we do our thing, then give him a book to read or something, or just keep singing his name, and he'll probably turn around at the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly.
Start getting involved, but. At the end of the day, we do our job and we get ourselves in those positions where we can create chances. Then we take him out of the equation and not make him look like flipping the world's best.
Yeah.
He's got the ability to do it, but as I said, you need something in front of you to help you.
But he can't do it consistently, apparently, can he? So we'll see.
Well, look, it's organised chaos. I think is probably the word. For that side.
It gets people talking, doesn't it?
It does. But look, it'll be great to see him back there again. But as I say, he's one with our good wishes. So.
I still think he should be number 2 here, to be honest with you. But that's just my opinion.
But I'm not.
Like I said, again, you have to have ambition, don't you?
Sorry, Daniel, I can't hear you, mate. You were going to say, Paul, about Rambo?
No, I just said I think it's just, he's got the quality, isn't he? And it's just, as I said, it's one of those. He's got ambitions and he wants to play.
The boy wants to play on a regular basis.
He's never going to be a number 2, and you wouldn't. No matter what you would do, you can't keep him. You can't keep him like that because at some point you're going to turn that happy player into an absolute miserable player, and then not. Yeah, you're going to lose the whole kind of the value of him whatsoever. So
we did the right thing, letting him do what he wanted to do, you know. And I think he would have stayed. He would have stayed, but he needed to move on to play. You know.
Yeah, look, we got money back from him. So in theory, you look at what we've got has gone spent. We had 17 million on him basically for what we had, and we then picked up the 15. I think it was, wasn't it? So it's about 34, wasn't it? 33, 34 million. I think we
something like that. I've got to say as well, Kai is making it really hard, right? Kai is absolutely making it really hard to go and get a striker in January or even next summer.
This takes me to my other question where I do question that, and you suddenly look at it, and then this is what people were saying. It's like we need one to score the goals, but if you've got a Kai Havertz that does so much more for the team, and I'm talking just a normal striker, someone that potentially, and we could just use Harry Kane for instance. I'm not saying put Harry Kane in there. He's getting absolute pelters in Germany for not being effective, not being around, not doing anything. But again, when you're in with that chance, where you have that phase of play, that chance to go and score, you try and take it, or you take it. You either miss or you don't. You're not always in the game. What would you rather? And that's what I'm saying. And again, you have to also look at the system as well that we play. Do we, or can that system afford to have a player that is maybe segregated away from the actual unit of our playing style? Mm-hmm. And then at those moments when the ball comes, then they suddenly come alive or whatever like that, or someone that is doing a bit of everything, linking up everywhere, and then still getting on and creating goals, scoring goals.
You make a great point. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to this, doesn't it, really? At the end of the day, right, I want a striker. Yeah? It's easy to say. It's easy to bang your chest and go, I want a striker, right?
Yeah.
But when that boy, Kai, is doing what he's doing, even I would turn around and go, for example, Gyökeres, as an example, right? Yeah. It's going to cost us 80 plus million, right? Mm. Well, hold on a minute. Kai's doing exactly the same as what he would do. He was cheaper, and he's doing two jobs for the price of one.
But this is what I'm also saying. I'm looking at it. If you're saying that Kai Havertz, and you're saying the form he's in, and then he even improves on what he's doing, and there's still that consistency, which obviously he's just got to add from, and he has added from like last season. And you see these goals still trickling in and going, and he's still being a threat. He's being a constant menace everywhere.
Yeah.
That striker isn't going to be a first choice, is it?
No.
So you're not really going to pay £80 million for a standing backup striker, are you?
And let's be honest, Jesus has dropped off, hasn't he? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah. Look, whatever, whether or not it's issues with his knee or whatever, and the injuries that he's had. He's lost that.
I've heard Arsenal fans saying this week he's dead. He's a dead player. Yeah. No, you can't say that. He's injured. Fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. He's injured. But I look at it this way, right? Okay. The club needs outweigh my wants.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So if Arteta says, right, we're all screaming, oh, we need a striker. Yeah? Kai Havertz at the moment, touch wood, and I'll tell you the turning point, I think, when Odegaard gave him that penalty. Did that captain's move and let him take that penalty, let him score that goal, give him the confidence, right? Different player since then, right?
Yeah.
But I will say this. Stop screaming and hollering, because all you're becoming is a noise. That's all you're becoming. Because Kai, plain and simple, is proving you wrong.
Yeah.
And do you know when when they sing that song at him now, that anthem, Waka Waka, 60 million down the drain? He's taking that, right? He's taking that on the chest and he's going, do you know what? You're not offending me. If anything, you're praising me.
Yeah.
He flipped it. He flipped the script. Kai Havertz has flipped the script, man. And credit to him.
Yeah. And you look at it, you just think, yeah, the amount of he's had to put up with from rival fans, everything like that, and it's like, well, look,
Chelsea's dead wood. He's a new tree at Arsenal, mate.
no, it's crazy. And look, the potential what he could become, and as I said, and you talk about the confidence, I still don't think we've got 100% confident player yet.
No, I'd agree. I reckon he's about 80.
I think that ceiling potentially could go.
But if he sticks with Arteta,
yeah,
it'll come. It will come. It's like the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you stick with Kai, it'll come. Simple as.
Yeah.
He's got an eye for goal. He's got a head for goal. He wants to score. And as with all the credits we've given him tonight, and he deserves every single one of them, hold up play. Like you said, you don't even realise, unless you're at the pitch, the TV doesn't do him justice. You do not realise his work rate. And Arteta's all about work rate. It's one of his fundamentals.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. No, it's going to be good. And as I say, January will be an interesting one to see what we do. Whether or not that is that potentially Jesus.
I don't think we'll bring much in, boss. I really don't.
Well, I think, and it said the rumours are, or certainly from what Arteta had said, that we were slightly hamstrung with a few transactions, so a few deals that needed to happen. So maybe that looks like the reason why we've had to get rid of a couple of players, maybe a little less than what we wanted to get. Admittedly, Nketiah was probably a.
No, Nketiah had to go, mate.
No, he had to go. But it was a permanent. And what was the fee?
27, wasn't it?
20, about that. But I said, yeah. So I'm talking like even like the Ramsdale, where you suddenly like
27. It was 27 with extras, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that was perfect. But again, like look at the Smith Rowe was really good.
Yeah, I mean that was a surprise to me, Smith Rowe. Yeah,
you'd be interested to have seen potentially had he had stayed. Obviously, with him being sold, I don't potentially think that he might have had the game time. I don't know.
Again, I'm going to sound anti-Parsay. I think something. If this happens in January, right? What we'll do is, if Partey goes, he goes in January, right? And we replace Parsay. That's what we'll do. I think that's the only thing we'll do in the window. Don't get me wrong. I could be absolutely totally wrong.
It just depends on how Merino settles. And
that's a fair point as well. Depends on Merino.
What he's got to do. Obviously, he's got to get to grips with the style of play. He's got to get to grips with the Premier League. And
I'm surprised we got rid of Fabio as well. I thought he left us short getting rid of Fabio, but he's proved us wrong again.
Yeah, but as I said, look, with those players coming on, you can then bring on your Wanyeris, and you could potentially look to say, right, okay, well,
you're bringing the potential on, aren't you? You're bringing the potential on.
Well, that's why I looked at that Chuba Martin, and obviously him going to, and I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the circus over at Old Trafford, and I'm suddenly thinking, I'm like looking at this kid, and I'm saying, what have you done?
Exactly.
You're looking at it, you suddenly think you've got now. If you were thinking as like 18 months ago or whatever like that, as he was, and then suddenly you had like say a Balogun, you had Nketiah, you had Jesus, you've got even so well Havertz. Now you could just say right, okay, at that point you've got people in front of you, and you're suddenly thinking, all right, there's no progression there. Where's my path? Then all of a sudden you've got rid of those, and all of a sudden you've now got Havertz, Jesus potentially reaching his end. And then you're an 8 or 17-year-old coming through, and you're banging in goals. And you're like, I'm going to get game time here. I've got a path.
Exactly.
What's he got at Old Trafford? I'm not even sure if he's played any games or been involved.
You know what? I don't know.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. But again, I just look at it. I just think it's a shambles. And again, it's funny.
Kai Havertz is becoming the Swiss Army knife of positions. You can play him in so many, you know.
Everywhere he is, he causes carnage.
Havoc, yeah, he causes.
Yeah, and it just look, he loves getting involved. And I think that's why a lot of fans have now really gone for him now, because you can see he's got proper endeavour, he's got proper heart to kind of go in, get involved, and not be afraid.
Yeah. Well, the moral of tonight's show is stick with Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Go for Kai, yeah.
Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, everyone, yeah. But oh dear, I don't know. But look, Des.
Yeah, mate.
Hour and 40 minutes, mate.
Yeah, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me on, mate.
And,
I love it.
Yeah, it's been good. The guys in the chat, really good stuff.
Look, credit to the chat.
We've got a show on Friday night. Just going over the preview for the game on Saturday. So
shout out to Daniel as well, mate, because he tried.
Yeah,
he tried.
good. Yeah, shout out to Daniel as well. Yeah, it's quite annoying with when your internet plays up as well. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Daniel. Have you on again soon. But yeah, on to Friday. 3 points in the bag, 60 million down the drain.
Kai Havertz scores again.
So yeah, up the Arsenal, and look, see you on Friday night for the match day preview.
I'll be available if you need me, mate.
Yeah, we'll do. No, we're all good. I think we should have Sick Note back as well.
Good. Yeah. Well, he's gonna make an appearance, is he?
He might do. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Sick Note over there. God, right. Up the Arsenal. Come on, the Gooners. Kai Havertz scores again. 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again.